Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be me talking about stuff that I wanted to cover while I'm having one of my art speed paints in the background. The one that I am doing for this one is, oh that hurt, it is a drawing of a chili pepper cookie from Cookie Run Kingdom. I just got that game recently, and Chili Pepper was the first one that I pulled from the gacha, and I really like her design and her like energy, her personality. All of it's like super like good mashed together. Like she's a good character. They did really well with her. So that's what I decided to draw. But today is not about me drawing people. It is about stuff that I wanted to cover that I thought would be interesting to cover. Alright, so I went ahead earlier today and I wrote down some stuff that has been kind of buzzing around in my head, and I wanted to talk about it, but I didn't want to do like a whole video on one little topic, so I figured I'd mash them up. And I'm going to go from like the least like controversial or like unpopular to the most, that in my opinion. And the first one starts off pretty tame. It is about like Bath and Body Works scents and like how good they actually are versus what everyone says. Now I will say this, I do work at Bath and Body, have for a few months. And when you work there, you get accustomed to all the scents that you guys have. You smell the new ones, you pick your favorites, you find ones that you know you don't like, you find ones that are okay. But yeah, I know a lot of people like the like classic ones, like the older ones that have been around for a while, like Sweet Pea and whatever. And I know a lot of people love them, but honestly, the older ones don't really smell that good, I guess. Like a lot of people, they love Into the Night and In the Stars. Those two smell very similar, and to be honest, yes, they're nice. They're like a more like musky like fragrance if you don't want to be too masculine or too feminine. But I don't really like them, I guess. I don't know. One that I do not like for sure is Sweet Pea. I don't like it. I just don't like it. Because that was the first scent I ever got as like a gift, so I can't do it anymore because like it got ruined for me. Because when they found out that I had Sweet Pea perfume, everyone else got me Sweet Pea perfume, but like it was all different brands, so it all smelled different. One of them would smell more sweet, one of them would smell kind of funky, some of them would just smell like straight up alcohol. Yeah, I didn't really vibe too much with the Sweet Pea. Another one that a lot of people like, but I don't, is 1,000 Wishes. It's okay. I don't really like it that much though. The two other ones that I can think of that are really popular that are considered like older scents are like Gingham and like Japanese Cherry Blossom. Those two are okay. Out of those two, I like Gingham more. But like Gingham isn't like a top personal favorite. Like if I got it as a gift, I'd be like, yeah, this is cool. Or like if I don't know, we had like a sample spray or whatever and I wanted to smell like something different, I'd use it, but otherwise, yeah. So that's the least controversial one that we got. Second one that I can talk about, I guess, is like about like your body and your like features that you have. Like I know a lot of people say like if you can't fix it in 5 seconds or 5 minutes, don't say anything about it, which is true for a lot of things, like your height, your weight, like the way you're built, like the way your like face shape is, like if you have any like birthmarks or like moles or like some sort of like abnormal part of your body. And I know a lot of people go for other people's teeth, and I think that's really fucked up because a lot of people have no control of their fucking teeth because we don't control what comes into our fucking gums. We don't choose. that shit gets sorted out when we are created in the fucking womb, my friend. Because I'll be honest, I don't like when people have bright white teeth. It's unsettling, it's kind of scary, it shows me that you've done a lot to your teeth that you probably shouldn't have just to get them to look that way, and you have a lot of consistent upkeep to make sure that you don't destroy the rest of your enamel and make sure you can actually drink water without cringing in pain. I personally have issues with my teeth. I have very weak enamel, even with like prescription toothpaste. It's like that Prevident shit in the little tubes. I have deep set molars, which causes me to be more prone to cavities. And on both sides of my family, there's very bad dental genetics. My grandma has dentures. My grandpa only has half of his teeth left because they either fell out or they had to be removed because they were falling apart, even though he was brushing them and going to his checkups and whatever. My dad has no teeth. My mom has no teeth. My uncle, I know a lot of uncles and aunts either have partial dentures or they have fake teeth that got put in, or they just have crowns put over. When I was younger, I had to have crowns on my teeth. But I currently, all my molars except for my wisdom teeth, that's another thing. I cannot afford to get my wisdom teeth taken out whatsoever. That shit's too expensive. I'm not about to drop almost $3,000 on getting 4 little pieces of bone pulled out of my head. No thanks. If they come in perfectly fine, I'm fucking leaving them. And that's what I did. All my wisdom teeth except for one are in. And they've all come in perfectly fine. Not crooked, not nothing impacted. One of them actually took the place of another tooth because I had the nerve die in that tooth. And it was excruciatingly painful. I missed work. I missed school for 3 days. I literally, the only thing I could do is drink water and chicken broth and cry and then sleep. Yeah. I just think it's fucked up that we judge people on their teeth so heavily. If you take care of your teeth, it shouldn't matter what color they are. Because bone, the only way that bone will stay white is if you either bleach it or it stays within your body. Because I know your bones are white in your body. Right now, I look at my arm, I know my bones are probably white and well, not clean, because there's muscles and shit. But they're white, because there's nothing staining them. A lot of the food that we eat stains our teeth and we don't even realize it, but if you upkeep your dental hygiene, you should be fine. Your teeth should not have to be the same color as a piece of printer paper that your teacher uses to print off your assignments. It shouldn't have to match. On a little bit of a different note, I'm going to talk about more on social media rather than in person. So a lot of people my age, especially, I'm 19, they have TikTok and they either go on there to just post shit, they go on there to watch shit that other people post. I will admit it, I'm a bit of a little menace. I do stir some shit every once in a while, because why not? And the one thing that I am unapologetic about that I don't care if people don't like me for is when it comes to holidays, whether it's Christmas, it's Easter, St. Patty's Day, shit like that, anything with a mythological creature that is attached to it, used to basically gaslight your kids into behaving that month, I don't like it. Every once in a while, I will get these Christmas things on my For You page. I had one pop up the other day. It is September 7th. People need to calm down. But, I do not like the fact that we lie to our kids for so long about all this shit. And then suddenly we're oh yeah, by the way, that's not real. What we told you for the last 9-10 years of your life, consistently, and pressed it and pushed it into your little brain, yeah, that's not real. That's us. We did that just so you'd behave. If you have to use Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny and like the Tooth Fairy or like leprechauns or like fairies and shit of any type to get your kid to behave, that's the only way that they will listen, you should probably reevaluate the way you parent. I'm not trying to tell you that you're completely wrong, but like little kids that only know that the only reason why they get punished is like because they don't behave, and then they won't get gifts from like Santa or whatever. That's like weird. I also don't like Elf on the Shelf. We used to have them all the time. I fucking hated them. I literally had nightmares about them taking over my house and fucking like attacking me in the kitchen. I didn't like those either, because it's basically like, oh, there's a little thing in our house that we don't know that's watching us, and it's gonna go and report back, and like you have no privacy in your own house, and you don't know where it's gonna be. Like I know some people, like they have their kids in on it, or they like post it on Facebook and like, look at what the elf did today. But like a lot of the times, like it's to like basically manipulate the kid into behaving. But what I do is if I see shit like that, I know a lot of people are like, oh my god, bless everyone's souls for like keeping it alive in the comments. And I'm just here like, yes, we love celebrating lying to children. Love it. That's the last thing. Okay, whenever I see that shit, like, and somebody's like, oh my god, like if there's kids on the apps, that's another thing. If you are on TikTok or any type of social media platform where there's an age limit of like at least 13 up, and you're on there like at 8 or 9, first of all, you shouldn't be on there. How did you get an account? Because don't you need parental like permission to get an account anyways? I literally was not allowed to get on Facebook until I reached the age limit, which was 13. It might have changed, it might have stayed the same. I don't know. Never on Facebook anymore anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But like that's the thing. There's like 8, 9-year-olds, like 7-year-olds sometimes on TikTok. And it worries me because one, there's pedophiles on TikTok. There's pedophiles on every type of social media that you can find. It does not matter if it's super high, like concentrated, like security. People will find a way to make little groups and communities so they can be gross and disgusting about children. Don't get me wrong, kids can be annoying. But the last thing I want to see is like 7 and 6-year-olds being groomed by old men on social media apps because they saw them posting about fairies and Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny and what they're going to get for Christmas next year and how they already have a list for Santa prepared. Like, absolutely not. If I see a child in the comment section like being like, oh my god, wait, is Santa not real? You know what I say? You're right. No, he's not real. Because if you're going to gaslight your kid into believing in something that doesn't exist, why do you think kids get groomed so easily when they're young? Because they're used to believing shit without questioning it. Granted, I never had like a sit-down conversation like, hey, sweetie, by the way, Santa Claus is actually us. The Easter Bunny is actually us. Because I personally experienced this. I was groomed when I was a minor for multiple years, and I think a good chunk of that is because of like just being conditioned to do that as a kid. Obviously, like your parents telling you stuff, not everything is going to be like a lie or whatever, but I just don't like it. Like if I see something about like Santa Claus, if I see something about the Easter Bunny, I don't want to promote just lying to kids and like essentially gaslighting them for like years on end and like keeping such a tight grip. Why do we have such a tight grip on lying to children? This might sound far-fetched to you, but I absolutely hate it. Like if I do have kids, I'm heavily debating if I want kids or not. I don't know, because like the idea of having a baby, like giving birth, scary. Raising a baby, scary. Having to teach a human how to be human, scary. I can barely take care of myself. How am I supposed to take care of another one? It can't even fucking walk. It doesn't even know how to read. What the fuck am I supposed to do? But yeah, if I see anything like that on TikTok, I will be that bitch, and I will just tell them straight up, like, no, not real. If you're young enough to still believe in that, you should not be on here anyways. That's the thing. I don't understand why parents allow their, 6 and 7 year olds to, one, have a phone, besides one that, works for, texting and calling, like a flip phone. What? That's what I had. I had a track phone. It wasn't a flip phone, but it was one of those, ones with a little screen, and it had, the little keyboard on the bottom, and it, made nice little clicky noises when you type. That's what I had. Granted, yes, you can, get your kid, a tablet or whatever for, school, or if they want to play games. But, if I have a kid and they need to go somewhere, I'm getting them a flip phone. That way I know the battery won't die in them, because those fuckers last forever. My phone, literally, I would have it, working for, 2-3 days, max, even more, and it would be perfectly fine. I would wait till, I don't know, high school or whatever, whenever I feel like they're ready. I don't want to, because, that's the thing. If I did give them a tablet, I would monitor it, because I wasn't monitored online at a young age, and obviously that has effects on kids. It can fuck you up. That is why so many people can just easily be you could be hey, were you ever sent dick pics by 40-year-old men on Kik when you were in 7th grade? Basically everybody that I know in my friend group can say yes. Every single person. Which is scary to think about, because if that's just my friend group, I have 8+ friends, how many other people can do the same thing with their friend group? And that can lead to so much more. It can be so terrible. But yeah, I am unapologetically a menace on TikTok when it comes to shit like that. I will be the person that just says it. Because, if you are going to lie to your kids, you should, fully expect people. That's, the same thing as, little kids, on the bus learning swear words from the high schoolers talking in the back. If you are that concerned about your kids learning what ass means, which is a donkey, come on now, you can either teach them right away, hey, we don't say that, or if you're able to and you have the means to, take them to school, drive them to school. If they're old enough to walk with friends, have them walk with friends. Then they're not going to have people filling their ears with a whole bunch of shit that they shouldn't be hearing when they're 9 years old. I say this because that happened to me. I learned about a lot of shit that I wasn't supposed to. But it was funny now that I think about it. It's funny in a weird, bad way. But yeah. I know probably some people are going to be wow, you hate kids so much. How dare you, ruin their childhood. I'm not ruining their childhood. I'm making sure that nothing else happens in the future. Why do you think so many kids are, lied to and, don't realize that they're being manipulated by their own parents? It's because they've been doing that their entire life. And they're oh, yeah, this is fine. My parents lied to me. This is normal. This is fine. It's not fine. It's fucked up. Yeah. If you have any other opinions about that, or you'd like to add to that, please go ahead in the comments. If you have any concerns about anything that I've said so far, or you'd like to add something similar or add on to something I've said, you are free to comment. I do not care if you say that I'm a child hater. I mean, currently, yes, I do not like children because I do not want children. I'm not even 20 yet. The idea of having to bear a child and raise it is absolutely fucking terrifying to me. What? I'm not carrying around no fucking kid for 9 months and having to squeeze that shit out my hoo-ha. No bueno. Okay. Anyways, last one. I know that this has been everywhere regarding Texas. If you know what I'm talking about, you probably already know. You probably as soon as you heard Texas, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. The whole abortion thing going on. Why are old men in like the Congress and all that other shit, trying to control women and what they do with their own body. Like, what? Last time I checked, I don't go around policing men that I know, being like, hey, make sure when you masturbate, come in a sock and then like wash it. We don't need any kids roaming around because how dare you have kids? No, we don't do that. I just don't think, like, what the fuck? Women should be allowed to do whatever they please with their body. Like, what about all the little kids that get raped, they get assaulted, they get molested, they end up being pregnant? You want an 11-year-old girl who can barely do her fucking, like, fractions to carry a child full term and have that baby? What? What? Like, shit, I will be honest, right now, if I, in the financial and, like, situation that I am in, if I found out that I were pregnant, like, if I took a pregnancy test by chance, and it was positive, I wouldn't be able to take care of it. I have no way to. I know a lot of people are like, oh, you can just, like, ask your family for help. No, I'm not gonna do that. Because if I have kids, I want to make sure that I'm the one taking care of them. I don't want to have to constantly ask my grandparents and my aunts and my uncles and my cousins and my friends and my neighbors and the fucking mailman for, like, help. I want to be able to do that shit on my own with my partner. I don't want my kid going into, like, the fucking foster care system, because that's another fucking boat that we have yet to fucking dock. Thankfully, I wasn't in the foster care system. I was, basically, essentially adopted, but not adopted. I have legal guardians. But, like, if I were to find out I was pregnant, I would not be able to have it. I would do the best thing for, me and my partner, and, I would not carry it. I would honestly get an abortion, because if I just find out I'm pregnant, like, 1 or 2 weeks in, like, it's like, what, five cells? I don't even know. It's not a person, I can tell you that. But yeah, this is just some shit I wanted to talk about. And if you want to debate me on the abortion thing with women's bodies, go right ahead. But I will warn you, I feel very strongly about this topic. So, alright. That's enough of me blabbering. Alright. I hope you like the art. It turned out really good. I like it a lot. But, this is it for this video. For now. If I have any more that I come up with later, I will definitely, make a part 2. Ouch. Sorry, trying to, like, make my joints not hurt is a whole task. Anyways, I hope you really enjoyed this. If you have something to comment on, whether agreeing or disagreeing, go ahead and comment it. That's totally fine. But yeah, I hope you have a good day or night, or whenever you're watching this. I hope the rest of the, whatever it is, maybe it's 3 in the morning, maybe it's like late in the afternoon, maybe it's 3 a.m. Hope you're doing good, and I hope you continue doing well. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.